quite excited about it. Hi there, welcome to my channel. Over the years, I have accumulated a lot of books, and as any other reader, I have a lot of unread books on my shelves. They are spread across my house in each and every corner. Wherever I could find space, I have stuffed books, and now it is kind of getting a little bit unmanageable for me. I would like to think that I have a decent amount of books. It's not too much, but the number of unread books is kind of becoming out of control. One of the most asked questions by anyone who sees my book collection is how many books I have actually read. Now, honestly, I do not know the answer to that, but I would definitely like to find that out. And so that is exactly what we are going to go and do today. One thing I definitely wanted to start by mentioning that buying books and reading books become two different hobbies for me, and I end up equally enjoying both of them. When I buy books, I am thinking from a perspective that I would definitely like to read this book or read that genre in future, but not exactly now. I definitely am a mood reader, so whenever I pick something up, it is based on what I want to read at the moment. Whereas when I'm buying book, I know that definitely I'll be picking that up in future. I did a quick count of how many unread books I have on my shelves, both physical copies and audible versions as well. So I have around 120 unread books. I know that is a lot. I didn't anticipate that it will be over 100, to be honest, but yes, it is what it is now. I have around 110 physical unread copies and about 10 in Audible. I have not counted the ones which are in my library as part of Audible membership. It would become too much otherwise. So I've just counted the ones which I have paid for. One of the reasons I wanted to make videos about books is to get my TBR pile a bit down by making myself accountable, and also to keep my book buying habits under check. Not that I would say I'm a big book buyer. I accumulated most of these over the years. I think it has been 10-15 years since I've been reading diligently and I've been accumulating books. But yes, during COVID, it was a bit too much when I just watched a lot of YouTube and started buying a lot of books as well. Also, I think that there should be a sweet number to how many unread books are there on my shelf. So I thought of getting this mission, Get Your TBR Pile Under Control, started by keeping a tab on how many unread books I have and how many books I'm buying. So with that, let's get started with our mission. Okay, so I quickly went through my shelf and I selected a bunch of books which I want to add on to my May TBR. Actually, before we start, I just wanted to mention, in full transparency, I feel that the TBR which I've selected is a bit ambitious for me, considering that I have a full-time job, but I definitely got to try at least this month and see how much I can push myself. And the second thing which I wanted to mention was the process of selecting my TBR. When I was going through my shelf, I kept thinking about how I want to pick up my TBR. So this is the first time I have actually selected a TBR. Otherwise, I just pick up whatever my mood is and whatever I want to read at that point of time. So while selecting these books, I noticed that I had few things in my mind, and subconsciously I reached towards those books. First one being, I wanted to keep a mix of different genres. I am generally drawn to fantasies, but these days I have been kind of getting a lot into mysteries, thrillers, rom-coms as well. So yeah, keeping a mix of different genres was definitely one of the points. The second point being that I wanted to pick the unfinished series. I have read a lot of book series over past years, but a lot of them have not been completed yet. I have read a book or two, but I didn't finish the entire trilogy or duology. So the other factor which I noticed that I was reaching towards was to kind of include the unread books in unfinished series. The third one being a bit important for me, I want to include Indian authors every month. So I have picked up one book definitely this month, and I want to include or kind of explore more of Indian authors and Indian stories. The fourth category which I noticed was picking up light reads. So mostly in audio format, because I end up getting into a reading slump every month or every alternate month. So rom-coms or some thrillers in audible format usually help me getting out of those. So I definitely wanted to keep a selection of light reads for myself. The fifth criteria is to include a non-fiction every month. Now, I have not been a major non-fiction reader, but I have found myself that if I choose a good book, I definitely enjoy reading that. And last year, I did read a couple of them. Even this year, I think I've already read 2 non-fiction, so I wanted to try and include one non-fiction every month or at least every alternate month. Let's get started with the books which I've selected for the month of May. The first book here is Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the second book in Elimine 5 series. Now, this is a sci-fi which is based far in future, around 2500s. I read the first part, Elimine, I think around 2-3 years ago. I honestly do not remember much about the first part other than the major plot points. The names of the main characters, etc., I have completely forgotten, but I am sure I will be able to recall when I start getting into this one. I've already started reading this one. I am in, I think, 10 or 15 pages. The book does not follow the previous characters, but it has introduced 2 new main characters. So, yeah, I'm excited to find what happens further in this book. This is one of the reasons I wanted to pick unfinished series as well as part of every TBR, because of the frustration of not remembering what happened previously. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention about this book is that it is not your traditionally written book. It is written in form of emails, chats, and pictures, other things which were discovered from the ships which were destroyed. So yeah, even though the book is over 650 pages long, I am positive I will be able to finish it a bit quicker than traditional written books. The next book I've picked up is by an Indian author and is one of my most favorite authors of all time, which is The Last Queen by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I'm not going to lie, I honestly do not know a lot about the background of this book other than that this story is about a commoner who rose and became a monarch. I have read 2 other books by Chitra Banerjee, which are Palace of Illusions and Forest of Enchantments, and I'm sure you would have heard about these books already. For those of you who have not heard about this author, you must definitely give her a try. Palace of Illusions is basically a retelling of Mahabharata from Draupadi's point of view, and Forest of Enchantments is a retelling of Ramayana from Sita's point of view. And for anyone who loves these epics, these are such a treat. It's so different to read about these epics from a female point of view. It's definitely an emotional roller coaster, but yeah, I would definitely recommend these books to anyone who wants to read Indian authors or want to have a different perception of our Indian mythologies. I always recommend Palace of Illusions and Forest of Enchantments, and I have high hopes from The Last Queen as well. Very excited to read this book, so let's see how this turns out. The next book which I've picked up for the month of May is another unfinished series. I definitely see some pattern. The book is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the duology of Six of Crows, which is based in Grishaverse. If you do not know about Grishaverse, I would suggest that maybe you pick up Shadow and Bones. Shadow and Bones. There's also a Netflix adaptation by the same name. Though I did not enjoy the series that much and I have not even watched the second season, but the books were very nice, and I'm hoping the Crooked Kingdom is equally good. Well, now that I recall, Six of Crows, I did not enjoy that much. Do not get me wrong, I did like the book a lot, but it was not as per my expectation or the way I thought it would be by reading so many reviews online or watching so many YouTubers rave about it. I actually ended up in a slump when I was reading that book. But I've heard that the second book is far better than Six of Crows, so yes, I'm quite excited about this one. Okay, on to the next one, which is A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. This is the third book in the installment of A Curse So Dark and Lonely. From what I recall, the first one is kind of a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. By no means it's a fairy tale. In fact, it's set in a very dangerous world. I did enjoy the first book a lot, but the second book, which was A Heart So Fierce and Broken, I hate it. I did not like the context switch in that book. So the first book is basically from Ren and Harper's point of view, which are the main characters for the first book. And the second book switches the perspective to Ren and one other character, which I do not recall the name of right now. The first one I quite liked. Second one, not so much. I do not honestly have high hopes from this one, but I would be more than happy to be wrong. I have 3 books from unfinished series, so don't know if I'm being ambitious. I am being ambitious, but I'm hoping that I'm able to finish these 3 for sure. Now let's switch some genres here. The next one here is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This book was basically one of the picks in my book club last, but we did not end up picking this one. Instead, we went for an Agatha Christie book, which is more popular among the masses. I decided to get started with this series because I think I heard somewhere that this is getting adapted into a movie or something. So wanted to get this book done with before the movie comes out. In any case, I am getting into thrillers and mysteries these days, so quite excited about it. So the story basically revolves around a retirement village where 4 friends gather together to solve unsolved murder mysteries. I'm very excited to read this one, and I want to pick a lot of mysteries in this month or going forward. The next 2 books are quite small ones. These are basically the 3rd and 4th book in the series Coffee Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I did the wrap up of the first book in my previous video, and after that I finished the second one as well, which is Tales from the Cafe. The third one here is Before Your Memory Fades, and the last one is Before We Say Goodbye. I have been really enjoying reading these books. So all the stories, all the characters which we get to read about, the cafe setup and everything is quite cozy. The books are quite small, so I thought they would be good pick me up when I am on a run or I want to read something light. So quite excited to finish these 2 as well. The next couple of books I've picked up for the May TBR are in audio format, and I will be popping up the pictures here. The first book in audio format is a famous rom-com which names No Introduction. It is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Now this book is very famous majorly because of the Netflix adaptation, and I have loved watching them. I have watched them multiple times, to be honest. Even though I know the story, I wanted to read the books to have those light reads in my TBR for this month. So yeah, I've already started reading it and I'm more than halfway done. So far, I am finding the book quite similar to the movie, or I should say the movie is quite similar to the book. I may pick up the next 2 books in the series depending on what my mood is, and I might like to pick up the rest of the series in this month itself as part of my light reads. The next book in audio format is The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. I read one more book by Frida McFadden last month. I am not able to recall the name of the book. Oh yeah, it's The Locked Door, and I quite enjoyed it. The Locked Door was quite interesting. It was thrilling. I did not anticipate the ending, and I'm hoping this one is as good as I found The Locked Door. Now, from what I understand, The Perfect Son is a story about a disturbed kid. I'm a bit afraid to jump into this book because children in dark themes do not do well with me. They end up sometimes disturbing me as well. So fingers crossed, and I hope I enjoy this book. Now, the last fiction book in audio format which I have is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This book is in my library since a long time. I think I purchased it when this book was released. So Red Rising is basically a scientific fiction where they're trying to colonize Mars. I do not know a lot about the setup, but I'll figure out as I go. For the last book from my non-fiction category, I am actually putting a placeholder because I do not yet know what book I'm going to pick. As I mentioned in the start, I'm trying to pick one non-fiction every month or every alternate month. I've already read 2 non-fiction so far, Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal and Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. I really enjoyed Feel Good Productivity, and I've actually purchased the physical copy of the book as well. Whereas the other book, I was not too much into it. It was like a mediocre book for me. Now for the non-fiction pick for this month, I have a couple of options. I am reading The Daily Stoic, which I do not feel is a book I can read in one go, and instead I can listen to maybe a chapter or 2. Now the other book which I really want to pick is Courage to be Disliked. I actually started reading this book last year, but somehow I couldn't proceed, so I want to pick that up again and give it another try. Also, I'm keeping this book by Mark Hack, The Comfort Book, as one of the options. Now, again, this is not a book which you would like to read at one go, but this book could be kind of a coffee table book for me. Okay, so those are the books I'm planning to read this month. Only time will tell if I'm able to read all these books or I pick something else or something will kind of move out of my TBR. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Let's see how it goes. Let me know about your plans in the comment section. Any book which you want me to read or any book you would be picking up which are there in my TBR. See you next time. Bye.